Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of class 9, and today we will proceed understanding about the topic reserved constituencies. So in the previous class we studied about the assembly constituencies and the other lower level hierarchy also. So today we will start understanding about what do we mean by reserved constituencies. The makers of our constitution thought of a special system of reserved constituencies are reserved for the weaker sections. Some constituencies are reserved for people who belong to the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes. That means what? The constituencies that are reserved, in other words, we can tell that these constituencies are actually called as reserved constituency because of the fact that these are reserved for the weaker sections of the society, and the weaker sections are those who belong to the scheduled tribes, the scheduled caste and the other backward classes also. And the women also falls under this category of the reserved constituencies that belongs to the weaker sections of the society. In a SC reserved constituency, only someone who belongs to the scheduled caste can stand for election. That means if we say that according to the reserved constituencies, several seats are reserved for those particular people belonging to scheduled caste or scheduled tribes. That means what? From that particular constituency, only the particular candidate belonging to the scheduled caste or the scheduled tribes can only fight election. That means he or she can contest in the elections. There may be many candidates, but all the candidates should belong to that scheduled caste or scheduled tribes. Similarly, only those belonging to the scheduled tribes can contest an election from a constituency reserved for ST. So currently in the Lok Sabha, 79 seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and 41 for the scheduled tribes. Clear? So we can say that this reserved constituency actually denotes to the candidates who wants to contest elections from that belongs to either scheduled caste or scheduled tribes. In both the conditions, the rules are same. That means a candidate, if he or she wants, he or she can only fight elections if that particular candidate belongs to the scheduled caste or scheduled tribes. Clear? And they will fight or contest in elections through that reserved constituency allotted for them. So currently in the Lok Sabha, 79 seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and 41 for the scheduled tribes. So rules are same, but number of candidates are a bit different. In case of scheduled caste, there are 79 seats. That means from 79 seats, the candidates can fight elections. That means their constituency is actually reserved. That means how much? For scheduled caste it is 79 seats, and for the scheduled tribes it is 41 seats. Remember this. Now coming to the next point, that is voters list. As we know that what do we mean by voter list? An adult attaining the age of 18 and above will be given the right to vote. So after every 5 years or regular interval of 5 years, these lists are updated because many voters becomes eligible to vote. So in a democratic election, the list of those who are eligible to vote is prepared much before the election and given to everyone. So this voter list is given to been given to everyone, those who are eligible. Suppose say that in Assam 2021 is the election year. That means the elections are to be held. So prior to that means you can assume that if the elections are there in April, that means that in the month of January or February only the voter list will be given by the Election Commission of India. This list is officially called the electoral roll and is commonly known as the voters list. So the other name for voter list is what? Electoral roll. That means electoral is directly related to the election process, and the roll means whatever the list is there. So question might come that what is the other name for voter list? That will be the electoral roll. That means voter list can also be called as the electoral roll. This is an important step, for it is linked to the first condition of a democratic election. Everyone should get an equal opportunity to choose representatives. So regarding voter list, it is said that when the electoral roll or the voter list is being published way before the election, that means this is the first condition that is to be followed in a democratic country following the political process, because without voting the conditions or the requirement or the success of the democracy cannot be there. So when the electoral roll is processed and the voters list are out before the elections, so this step is known as the first condition of the democratic election. Why? Because everyone should get equal opportunity to choose representatives, as it is being mentioned in the constitution that everyone should be given equal political rights. Remember this. Clear? So with this I will wind up today's topic related to the reserved constituencies and voter list. So regarding reserved constituencies, we have seen that these seats are actually reserved for, these constituencies are called reserved constituencies because the seats are reserved for the weaker sections of the society, that is the scheduled caste or the scheduled tribes. And what are the number of scheduled caste candidate and scheduled tribe candidate in the reserved constituency? These are 79 seats which are reserved for scheduled caste, and 41 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes. That means only the candidates belonging to scheduled tribes and scheduled caste can contest in the elections. These are 79 for scheduled caste and 41 for scheduled tribes. And coming on to the next point that we have discussed is voters list, where we have learned that who are eligible, those who have attained the age of 18 and above, and after every 5 years or when the elections is to be held, this list is updated because many people become eligible to vote for, and this voters list is also known as electoral roll also. This is officially known as electoral roll. So this is an important step, for it is linked to the first condition of a democratic election. Clear? Everyone should get an equal opportunity to choose the representative. And why it is given? Because according to this, all have equal political rights. So kindly go through both these points and make a note in your copy. With that, I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.